Our next speaker, another Frankfurter. I don't know if he's also an Eintracht Frankfurt fan. I'm not sure because he's American. He might not be so interested. But he's very interested in real use cases on the blockchain. And his use case is called Rare Pepe. Theo Goodman. A big round of applause for Theo. Hey.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's do this. So, yeah, there are these things called memes, and there are frogs, and there's kitties, and hares, and other animals, and they have a lot of meaning to people. And just to give some example of what's going on with blockchain art and the tokenization of art, there's some pretty big headlines that have happened. For example, Homer Pepe over there sold for $30,000 at a live auction in New York this year. That was a pretty big deal. It's a limited edition of one token, and it's digital art. In the meantime, also during Blockchain Week in New York, CryptoKitties sold for $140,000. That's a pretty substantial amount of money for a blockchain token art piece. One of a kind, CryptoKitty, nonetheless. And also there's some other headlines. For example, this man made more money trading CryptoKitties than investing in his IRA. Or this guy lives on a yacht he bought with money he made selling Pepe Cash. So, you might think, Theo, this is all fun and all, all the frogs and everything else, but there is real money going. People are really putting money into this, and just because they like it. All right, so what is Rare Pepe? Rare Pepe already existed as a meme way before anyone thought of making a token for it. And it just happened organically in Telegram chat. The story is that everyone was hanging out in the counterparty Telegram chat, and then came the daily marketing from Van Beck's about Spells of Genesis. Spells of Genesis is also a blockchain game with collectible cards, and I think it started back in 2014. And we started making fun of their marketing, and then someone said, I'm going to make a Rare Pepe card, and if you join my chat, I'll give you one shitcoin card. And thus it started. And these are some examples, just a quick overview. So there's the Rare Pepe directory, and that is a list of all of the Rare Pepe cards that have been approved by the Rare Pepe Foundation. And they are then in categories on the Rare Pepe directory. So an artist submits their artwork, and then if it's accepted by the Rare Pepe Foundation, then it goes in the directory. If it's in the directory, then it's in the Rare Pepe wallet, which you see on the right side. And on the right side, it's a Bitcoin wallet that also operates on the counterparty layer, which is a layer on top of Bitcoin, a token layer. And if you have the token in your wallet, then you see the Rare Pepe card. So it's kind of like a sticker book, and only if you have the token do you actually see the card. You can have more than one card. You can buy and sell the cards. If you press the card, then it flips over, and you can buy and sell it on the decentralized exchange. Here is the beginning of the story I was telling you about. Everyone is hanging out in the Telegram talking about it. And then here it is, the first card, the shitcoin card that started it all. Great riches await in the world of shitcoins. So, and then it evolved. At the beginning, it was really just via private message, and it was a lot of work. And then we even created this bot where you could submit a card in Telegram itself, and it would get, because we have to look for some technical things too, and it would approve, and then we would vote on it in the back channel. And it just so happens, though, we have been doing it since late 2016, and now the whole Rare Pepe project has come to an end, for people that are wondering. And since September 2016, we've certified nearly 1,800 Pepe. So there's 1,800 Rare Pepes in the Rare Pepe directory. You can check it out, rarepepedirectory.com, and they all have tokens assigned to them. So that's a lot. And we were just getting tired of that, actually, and wanted to move on to other projects. But that's what Rare Pepe is. So, blockchain, the correct way to use a blockchain. There's an example. That's DJ Pepe, and it's also a Rare Pepe card. It's a special one because if in the wallet, if you click it when it turns over, you get special access to some of DJ Pepe's tracks. Only if you have the token, of course. Now, what happened, though, at this conference over here where you see the picture is that DJ Pepe is the first internet meme that's been tokenized that was on a real human panel. Because there you can see him on the panel over there. And people actually, let's go back, and actually, responded to him when he spoke. So he was on a panel and they said, DJ Pepe, how does it feel like to be an internet meme that's tokenized on the blockchain? And people actually, a voice appeared and answered the question. Of course, it was somebody in the audience. But that's a historical event, the first ever meme to be on a live crypto panel at a conference. All right, and this is just some impressions of the auction that I was talking about where Homer Pepe was sold in New York at the conference called rare.af, rare as fuck. And it was really cool. It was really crazy. It was a good feeling there. And that was pretty nuts. And there it is. Of course, I had to take a picture with Rare Pepe because it's a one-of-a-lifetime chance to do that. Okay, and now I'm going to move on to a new game. So it's similar, but it's different. So the whole Rare Pepe thing wasn't a game. It was just you collect the cards, just like you collect stickers, like in Germany, the Panini stickers of the soccer guys or whatever. So things have evolved a little bit. Then after Rare Pepe, crypto kitties happened. Everyone went nuts and all that stuff. And then back to Bitcoin. On the Bitcoin blockchain, there's a new game, and it's called BitCorns. BitCorns Crops. You can check it out at bitcorns.com. And it's about farming. So everyone, if you have at least 0.01 crop in your wallet, then when it comes harvest time, then you get allocated BitCorns. So you have to have crops, and then at every harvest period, you get BitCorns. And if you have 0.01, then you can claim part of the earth. So right now, you're seeing the farms right now that have been claimed. So you actually claim part of the earth, and you have to sign a message. You have to sign an address in order to claim your farm. Sounds pretty technical, huh? Here are some of the farms. This is an example. So you can go on bitcorns.com and check out what everyone's farm looks like. So when you sign the message, then you can edit your farm. And your address is bitcorns.com/that Bitcoin address where the token is. So you sign in and you can edit the farm. Here's one, Aztec's farm. Watch out, trespassers will be shot. Here we are. So this is what Aztec's farm looks like. He decided to make it like this. Yeah, and here's the harvesting schedule. So we already had the first harvest in April. And as you can see, in 2022, all 21 million Bitcoins will be harvested. So you still have a chance to get some crops and get some of the Bitcoins because they're going to be rare. It's limited supply. And here's a little calculator that you can also use to figure out, because if you're a farmer, you want to know how much you're going to harvest because you have to plan for the future, right? You have to know if you have enough money to get a tractor. You have to know if you have enough money to get everything, right? So here's a little calculator here. And so if you have 0.01 crops, you would have got 26 Bitcoins in April. And coming in the July harvest, you'll get 53 total. So, of course, not only are there farms, but of course there's collectible cards in the games too, because everybody likes those. Everyone was asking, shouldn't we have cards? Shouldn't we have cards? Shouldn't we have cards? So of course there's cards. And of course, if you have a farm called in the BitCorns game, well, maybe you want a helipad, or maybe you want a yacht dock, or a Lambo garage for your Lambo, right? Because you need that, of course. And of course, if you have the card, then it shows up in your farm when you look at it. So everybody knows you have it. And at the first harvest, we did an auction because everyone likes auctions too, and it's a great way for price discovery to happen. Of course, the auction was denominated in BitCorns because, of course, that has to be it. But here's just an example of it going on. I happened to be the auctioneer, and there's a YouTube video. You can check it out, the BitCorns auction. It was quite a going once, going twice. Here we go, 14,000 Bitcoins. It was pretty amazing. So there's some more that are really great. Bitcoin Connect, Raincorn, and of course, Theos. So Theos, Bitcornect. Yeah, wazza. And so then we have Theos. So Theos is also a card within the Bitcoin game. And Theos is kind of like EOS, but better. That's the basic concept. It's even better than gold. So here's the basic, pitch. Theos, it's like EOS, but better. Scale your co-ops, because in the game you can have co-ops. It's flexible, it's usable, and it's the most cherished asset in BitCorns, better than gold. You can buy it now on the decentralized exchange. So here is the ethereal $140,000 cat from kitties. That's pretty crazy, if you ask me. Pretty nuts. So there's a thing we need to think about when we're doing tokens and art and what that means. What do you own? Can it be reversed? All that stuff. Some of this stuff you think about in cryptocurrency in general with the issue of things being immutable. So some of the games on Ethereum, they're more usable. They do more stuff. For example, you can breed the CryptoKitties and make a new CryptoKitty. You can't do that on the Bitcoin games right now on the counterparty layer. But there's a trade-off, because somebody still has control of that smart contract, or at least they own it. So they can't take your CryptoKitties from you. But theoretically, they could freeze the contract. And that means you can't breed your CryptoKitties anymore. Damn. Because that was part of the whole point. That's part of the whole game. So if I spend $140,000 on my CryptoKitty, then I can't breed it. And I think that's kind of whack. So I just hope that people know that. And I think it's an interesting question to ask, who owns what? And you might think it's crazy. So the company that runs CryptoKitties is US-based. So what if the CFTC just says, hey, guys, this is a security. Shut it down. Freeze it. I could see the headline now. CFTC shuts down CryptoKitty trading, blockchain trading game. Or what if what's going on now is actually the CryptoKitty company that runs it is being sued by another company saying they stole their shit, basically. So I don't know what's going to happen. But if you bought your $140,000 cat and it might get shut down, that you can't breed it anymore, I don't know, that's not cool. Also, there's other things to think about. For example, this is a really weird proposal, kill dust accounts on Ethereum. Now, it's not been implemented, and there's a lot of discussion on it, but if you read that in GitHub, it's kind of weird if you think about it, because they're saying, okay, this address only has a little bit of dust of Ethereum on it. Let's just zap that. Let's nuke that address. Yeah, but what if that dust represents Bitcoin Connect card? Or what if that dust, it's my dust, not your dust? So I don't know, I just think that if you're going to build artwork on a platform, or if you want to figure out what blockchain, then you should think about these things. And this is another example of things that can happen. I think the security guy was talking about it in Ethereum. So this is another project, CryptoPunks. Yeah, and they had a bug. What's it say? And then we discovered a horrific bug. Sales were assigning the price based on the buyer, not the seller. Whoops. So they just had to reverse that whole thing, because it was still a little bit centralized. You know what I mean? With some decentral elements too. So they were able to do that. I like their project and I like the artwork, but hey, these kind of things can happen. Okay, so memes. Why are memes important, and why is crypto obsessed with memes? If you watched any of the talks, I think probably 90% of the talks today had a GIF, a meme, or both in them, or maybe even 100%. Why, though? Why are memes so important? Well, memes communicate an idea faster than spoken or written language. They kind of communicate a concept in hyperspeed, and that's one reason that we like them. They're a beacon of truth. They communicate the truth in a very quick way. And I just have to give a shout out to some people that were doing crypto memes way before any of the token stuff happened. A lot of them haven't even made money on it, and they don't even care about it. So they're not selling, $140,000 Pepe. So Clay, this guy named Clay, made the Telegram sticker packs. And I think without that, Pepe wouldn't be a crypto thing, actually. And if you look at how many downloads some of these sticker packs have, it's really nuts. There are stats on it. Jim BTC on Twitter, check him out. He does a lot of GIFs, probably some of them you've seen. And they even get copied, and everyone, he puts a watermark, but there's like YouTube videos that are like zoomed in so they don't see the watermark. It's pretty funny. And also Bitcoin Art Gallery, also bitcoinartgallery.com, since late 2013, he's just been collecting any pictures of any art related to Bitcoin and crypto, and you should really check out his website. It has tattoos, it has weird stuff on there. It's very interesting. Oh yeah, and here at the Base 58, you're in the house, gave out these stickers. You have the stickers? You have the stickers today? Where are the stickers? Come on, man. Give us the stickers. This is what you're missing. Scam. You're scamming us. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's it. Actually, that's all I have. If you have any questions, please feel free.
Very nice talk. Lots of questions, I think, right? Yeah? There's a question in the back. The gentleman with the beard.
Thanks a lot, Theo. Thank
Sure.
you.
Sure.
For somebody, I'm not totally familiar with the concept of tokenized artwork, but it's quite enlightening for me. But I can't fully grasp how the uniqueness can be captured in. I can understand how it can be represented as a token, but ultimately, if it's images, how do you prevent the double spend problem of just somebody copying the image? How is that?
It's a good question. Yeah, that's a very good question. So I didn't get into it in the talk. So I'll just give you a real brief history of what happened with Rare Pepe right at the beginning. So guy made a Bitcoin talk thread, and one of the first things that happened is exactly what you said. Because someone actually sold it on the decentralized exchange for some money, like $50, and someone said, well, I'm going to just do one that's almost exactly the same, that has almost the same artwork and the same name. So that's why there's the directory. So, I mean, you could make your own directory. But for example, with the way the Rare Pepes worked, it was, okay, the Rare Pepe Foundation, I mean, we called it curation. You could say it's validators or whatever. So you can think of the Rare Pepe directory as an art gallery. And we said, okay, this artwork, according to us, this artwork goes with this token. Now, we don't control the token. We don't have any custody of any of the tokens. We're just approving, in our mind, this is dank enough to come in our gallery, okay? And that's basically, so if someone were to make another one, a fake one, well, then the people could say, okay, well, who do I trust more? Do I trust the Rare Pepe Foundation and the Rare Pepe directory, or do I trust that other one? And that would be up to that person, essentially. So I think in the end, you're going to have that no matter what. You're going to have a registry or a directory of the artwork, and you're going to have to say that token goes with that artwork. Because if these things are really going to be worth something, then I could just do what you said. I could make one that's very similar or just a straight up copy. And actually, it's funny you mentioned that. That's what you see happening right now, but on the Ethereum blockchain. So there's all these new Pepe apps on the Ethereum blockchain that are kind of like the Ethereum shrimp contract. I don't know if you're familiar with that. There's kind of like these shrimp and provably fair Ponzi stuff and like all this stuff, and they put animals with it and things. Well, some of them are basically copying exactly what we did, and some of them are even using the same word. So people just have to decide, what has value? I mean, you can't stop anyone from doing it, but what you can do is say, okay, we have this third party that validates that's the real one.
Cool, thank you. And maybe just a quick follow-up if
Sure.
possible.
Sure.
I mean, where do you see the future of art going? Do you really think this will become the new, Christie's auctions in the future instead of like the Picassos? It'll be...
So I think that's the reason I'm very excited about it, and I think that it's blowing up. That's what I see. Everyone I mention it to, they're excited about it. I see all kinds of artists getting into it. They want to. They're looking for answers, and there's no standards right now. They're like, Theo, how do I make a token? Well, I heard I want to do it on Ethereum, but I want to you can do it on Bitcoin. Everyone wants to get in right now. So we're just going to see. If it's going to rival Christie's, I don't know. It could disrupt Christie's somewhat. I mean, you're still going to need third parties that do things like I said. They say that's the real one, or they're doing the auction. et cetera, and so on. But I think the artists want to disrupt the galleries. They're tired of that. They don't like the system, and I think this is way more empowering because the artist can, make the tokens himself and have full custody of them and do it just like any other token.
Cool. Thank you.
Sure.
Great. More questions?
Last chance.
Last chance. Okay. So, okay, fine.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Come on.